hunch is right, the cash will flow on Card Shark. And here's the host of Card Shark, Jim Carole. Thank you. Thank you very much. And welcome to Card Shark. That's terrific. Thank you. Well, what a way to start the day. Thank you very much. That was a great opening poem, I must say. Incidentally, it was just a little while ago that we asked for people in the audience if they wanted to send in poems, and I understand their response has been great. We thank you, and keep them coming. We'll try to use all of them we can. That was a marvelous opening poem from Andy Carr from Santa Monica, California. Thank you, Andy. We are at sudden death in the first game of the best 2 out of 3 match, so we're going to open up the board and get to the cards. Jefferson, if you will, load in the cards, and we'll pick up right where we left off with these Card Sharks. Carole Phillips, our champion. Hi, Carole. Would you again tell us about yourself?
Okay, I'm presently living in Newport Beach. I'm working in that area as a secretary and a waitress, and I moved over here about a year ago from Hawaii.
And you have won $1,100, which is going to take you where?
To Germany.
To visit your sister.
Yes.
That's good. Our challenger, Ron Otis. Hi, Ron. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
And won't you tell us about yourself?
My name is Ron Otis. I'm single, firefighter, paramedic. I'm a native of California, and I like sports. I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Good. That's exciting work, the paramedic. You enjoy it?
Yes, it is. Very interesting.
Good. Nice to have you both back here. Good luck to both of you. And each player has a deck of 52 playing cards, shuffled and cut before we go in the air. Carole, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards, and Ron, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue cards. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you must win a high-low toss-up question. And as we left off, the question goes to you, Ron, and as you can see, it is question number 4 right away. We are at sudden death. Someone has to win on this play of the cards. Ron, we asked 100 married men. Have you ever walked up to someone you thought was your wife and patted her behind, I guess, only to discover it was another woman? How many men said they had?
Oh, I'd say if they did it, I don't think they did it accidentally. Probably did it on purpose. I'd say maybe, but not too many still. I'd say, no, I think it's lower than that. Accidentally, 14.
14.
Right. 14. Good answer.
I've done it.
Right.
And it's accidental.
14's good answer.
Right, honey? It's accidental. Yes. Okay. He was 14. Carole, higher or lower than 14? I've accidentally patted another woman.
I would think that a lot of men, it would be easy to do. I'll have to say it's higher.
Oh, it's very easy to do, Carole. You say higher. If it's higher, you'll go to the board first. If not, it'll be Ron. The actual number of married men who walked up to someone they thought was their wife and patted her behind is 12. It's not higher, Ron. You were right on, Ron. Now, it is sudden death, Ron. You've got a 6, and of course you won the question. You have the right to change that 6. You need 4 cards to win. Carole has a 9. She needs just 1. You want to play it or pass it?
I think I'm going to change that base card and try and go all the way myself.
Okay, right. Changing the 6 to a queen.
Good.
Now, Ron, if you can turn them all over, you've won the game, but one mistake and Carole wins.
The next card is going to be lower.
Lower than a queen. It is a 10. 1/4 of the way there.
Here we go. I'm going to go one more time. Next card is going to be lower.
Lower than a 10. Oh, no, today's not lower. It's sudden death. Carole wins the first game of the match. And $100. Let's set up for game 2, Janice, if you will.
Yeah.
You're in a tough position there, Ron, because either way, either she plays with 1 or you need 4. It's a tough way to go.
Right. Well, I'm coming back.
That's
right.
That's
I'm
the way
going to come back. Right.
I remember yesterday's show you were so nervous. Now you're becoming a leader out here, Ron.
Well, it's better a leader than a follower, and right now I'm following, so I have to change it around.
Ron needs this game. Janice is setting up the same 2 decks of cards, so if you can remember what's been played, it is often a help. Carole, the question to you. Now, I must remind you, of course, that the law requires that you're supposed to report your winnings from gambling. That is the law. We asked 100 men who were gambling in Las Vegas. Be honest. Do you report your gambling winnings on your income tax? How many men said they do not report their winnings on their income tax?
I don't think very many men do. I would think that 80,
80 do not report their income tax.
Right.
They're gambling on their income tax, Ron.
Oh, let's see. I think that I know I don't report any winnings. That's because I haven't won in Las Vegas. Could I say I think it's higher than that.
Even higher than
even
that?
higher than that.
The actual number of gamblers who do not report their winnings on their income tax is 92.
Here we go. Here we go.
Start with a 4.
Good card. Good card. I'm going to say the next card is higher.
Higher than a 4.
Hey, lower.
Lower than an 8. It's a 3. Remember, you can freeze.
Okay, I'm going on. The next card is higher.
Higher than a 3. Oh, no, another 3. Oh, the cards were rolling for you, Ron, but now Carole gets a chance to play a 9. Got to play it. You didn't win the question. You can't change it.
I'll say the next card is lower.
Lower than a 9. No, it's a queen. Couldn't take advantage of it, and Janice will fill in the spaces. And Ron, the question goes to you.
I'm ready.
We asked 100 people, which would be harder for you to give up for a week, the telephone or the television? How many said it would be harder to give up television?
Television? Oh, I think a lot of people would rather give up the telephone than television. Television's more entertaining for most people. I'd say would rather give up the
How many
telephone.
find it harder to give up television?
Oh, I'd say about 75.
75 would find it harder to give up television than the telephone, Carole.
Nowadays, people don't appreciate the television, and I think the telephone is much more important. I'll say it's lower.
The telephone is much more important. You say lower. The actual number of people to whom we are grateful who would find it harder to give up television is 52. It is lower, Carole, yeah. Okay. And, folks, we thank you, and I'll call you later. Carole, you've got a 9. You can change it now.
We'll change that.
And changing it to a 4. Good change.
Much better. We'll go higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes, it's a queen.
Good card. We'll go lower.
Lower than a queen, and it's a 9. You'll freeze. Move the freeze bar over. Can't take those cards away from you. And, Carole, the question goes to you. We asked 100 8th grade boys and girls in Wabash, Indiana. Jack Benny was famous for playing what instrument? That's what we asked them. How many 8th graders knew he was famous for playing the violin?
Oh, I would think that would be pretty low. I would say that 15 knew.
15 knew that Jack Benny played the violin, Ron.
15 8th graders. I'm going to say 8th graders, Jack Benny. I think they know who Jack Benny is. I'm going to say it's just a little bit higher than that.
Say higher than that?
Yeah, just a little bit higher. 8th graders, yeah, they know what's happening.
Incidentally, in our poll, 2 of them said the tuba. Can you imagine Love and Bloom on the tuba? The actual number of 8th graders, however, who knew that Jack Benny was famous for playing the violin is 14. Not higher, Carole. Yeah. Carole was very close. You're looking at a 9.
We'll change that, Jim.
And you made a good change before. Oh, not this time. You're right up the middle with an 8.
I'll have to go higher.
Higher than an 8?
Lower.
It's lower at 6. Ron was rooting for it, and he got it.
Okay, 4, I'm going to say the next card is higher than a 4.
Higher than a 4. And again, the high card, a king.
Come on, I'm going to say the next card is lower than a king.
Lower than a king. Yes, it's an 8.
I'm going to freeze right there, Jim.
Ron freezes. We'll fill in the space, and Ron was looking over here. You're right. We're at sudden death. The last question.
Right.
Each player needs 2 cards to win. Ron, we asked 100 people. Have you ever been harassed by a bill collector? How many said yes?
Oh, practically everyone, I would say, at one time or another. Bill, harassed, I'd say maybe 64.
64 have been harassed by a bill collector, Carole.
I would say that maybe they've gotten letters reminding them, but I don't think that many have actually been harassed. I'll say it is lower.
Lower. The actual number of people who have been harassed by a bill collector is 31. It's lower, Carole. Carole, it's sudden death. You need 2 cards. Ron needs 2. Do you want to play it or pass it?
We'll pass it.
You'll pass it to Ron. He's looking at an 8. You
Okay,
can't change it.
I've seen a
You
lot
need
of
them
high
both.
cards here. I've seen a lot of high cards, so I'm going to have to say the next card is lower than an 8.
And remember, one mistake and Carole retains the championship. Lower than an 8. No, it's a king. It's higher. Carole has done it again. Congratulations, Carole. Ron, you this time. Thank you for joining us. We have a nice party gift for you. Thank you, Ron. Ron Otis. Carole, come on down here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Carole will play the money cards where she can win thousands of dollars right after this. Talk about champion Carole Phillips. They're rooting you on. You ready?
I sure am.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on up there, Carole. Let's do it. Now you just won another $200 in the game. Yours to keep. Brand new deck of cards and new money to play with, and you're going to bet that money. We'll start you on the bottom line with $200 and give you these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 and we add 3 more cards. Your minimum bets are $50 till you get to the top card, that big bet. There you must bet at least half the money. Carole, come on, you're going to Germany with the money you got. Let's go around the world now.
Let's do.
$200.
I'm ready.
And a choice of 2 base cards, starting with a 3.
Good card, Jim. We'll keep that, and we'll bet the whole 200 higher.
$200. Higher than a 3. And it is with a 5. It's still a good card with $400.
The 5 is a good card. I'll bet the whole 400 higher.
Oh,
I
she's
want
gambling.
some money.
$400 on a 5. Higher? Yes, and a queen. $800 and a queen, Carole.
800. I'll bet the whole 800 that the next card is lower. A queen is a good card.
$800 lower than a queen. Oh, no! Oh, what a sign for an ace to come up. But you're not out of it, Carole, because we're going to move that ace up here and give you the other $200 of betting money. It's a great card. 4 cards to go. What are you going to do now?
200 lower.
Let's do it again. Lower than an 8. It is. Now you're up to $400 with a 7, Carole.
I don't like 7s. We'll have to bet 100 that it is higher.
$100 higher than a 7? No, another 7. You're right, not liking them. Down to $307, Carole.
I'll bet another $100 that the next card is higher.
$100 higher than a 7. Oh, finally it's higher with a 9. You've got $400 as we move the 9 up, Carole. You must bet 200. You can bet more. You've got 400 and a 9. What's your big bet?
I'll bet $200 that the next card is lower.
Oh, come on, let's do it. $200. That's not much to ask. Lower than a 9. And it is money. Okay. $600. Good comeback. You had a good comeback. That one card hurt you that ace, though. Okay. Come on down here. But it keeps adding up. You're up to $1,900 now. And she's still here. She will retain her championship or lose it when we come back with a new challenger. Right, Carole. Let's defend the title now as we set up 2 brand new decks of cards and our next challenger on Card Shark. Elaine Stansfield. Hello, Elaine. Welcome. Come on up nice and close there to the microphone so they can see. There you go. Tell us about yourself, Elaine.
You know my name, Elaine Stansfield. I was brought up in Boston, and as soon as I got out here, but I said I never wanted to live anyplace else. I love it here.
You don't have that Boston accent, Elaine.
No, I lost it during those years.
Just a couple, though, right?
I'm a writer.
Good.
And I've written a book, and I got double-crossed by my agent. And so I'm looking...
How did he double-cross you?
Oh, yeah. He
Just didn't do right by you, right?
He didn't do what he promised.
Doggone it.
Yeah.
An agent would do a thing like that? It's hard to believe, Elaine. My goodness. Good luck in the match. Elaine will play the lower cards, the blue cards. Carole, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. Carole, we start with you. We asked 100 married women. Did you say no the first time your husband proposed to you? How many women did say no the first time their husband proposed?
Oh, I would think that would have to be really low. I would say that 7 said no the first time.
Why do you say it would be low?
Because if they're married now, I would think that, well, men are pretty slow nowadays.
You figure the vibes are right, huh?
Yeah,
Higher or lower, Elaine?
Oh, it depends on how many people who propose to you. Most women have had more than a couple proposals, and so it's got to be higher.
You say higher. The actual number of women who said no the first time their husband proposed is 29 is higher, Elaine. Yes. Elaine, you'll start off with a 6 as your base card. You want it?
Yeah, it's all right. I think, yeah, I better change it.
It was all right till you thought about it, huh? Now you're going to change
So I
it, too?
thought about it.
0 and 8, not a good change.
Not as good.
Got to play that
Okay,
one.
Then I have to play it. I'll play lower.
Lower than an 8? No, it's not lower. And right away, the champion gets a chance to play a 10. Call this one, Carol.
Lower, Jim.
Lower than a 10. It's a 2, very much lower.
We'll go higher.
Higher than a 2 to another 10.
We'll freeze right there.
Raising it right there. Carol needs 2 cards. Elaine needs 4. The question to you, Elaine.
I do indeed.
We asked 100 trial lawyers. While you were trying a case, has the judge ever fallen asleep? How many trial lawyers said the judge had fallen asleep during a case?
Where were these lawyers? All across the United States?
Oh, we just 100 trial lawyers. It was a poll of trial lawyers.
I think most lawyers that I know have at one time or another had a lawyer fall asleep. So I think it's got to be 40.
40. Carol, higher or lower?
Well, if they fell asleep, they're not lawyers anymore. I would say it is lower.
You say lower.
Lower.
They wouldn't still be working if the judge went to sleep. The actual number of trial lawyers who said the judge had fallen asleep while they were trying a case is 29. It's lower. Carol. Still a fairly sizable number. I'm surprised. You want that 10?
I'd like to change it, please.
And it becomes an 8. Ooh, another bad change.
Oh, well, that's not much better, but we'll go lower.
Lower than an 8? No, it's a 3. It's not lower. Elaine, play off this 8 and call this one.
I still have to play the 8. I'll try higher this time.
Higher than an 8? And this time it's lower with a 4. You just had him backwards there, Elaine, and it is Carol's turn, and it is time for me to take a turn to take this commercial message. We'll be right back. Elaine, you don't like that 8, but you got to win a question if you want to get rid of it. Because right now, Carol needs 2 cards to win. Elaine needs 4 cards to win. This is the first game of the match. And the question to you, Carol, we asked 100 married women a ridiculous question. If you woke up tomorrow morning with a mustache, who would be more upset, you or your husband? How many women said they would be more upset?
Oh, if it happened to me, I would definitely be upset. I would say that 85 women would be more upset.
85, they've taken more personally. Elaine, higher or lower?
They have to think about their husbands, but I think they think about themselves first. It's got to be a little bit more than
Even
that.
more than that. The actual number of married women who would be more upset than their husband if they suddenly grew a mustache is 83. It's not higher. Carol, you really had it very close. Now you can change your 8 if you'd like.
Let's change that card.
And we change it to a 9. A little better.
Okay, we'll go lower.
Lower than a 9. No, it's a jack. It's not lower. And Elaine, you're still looking at an 8. Call this one. Can't change it. You didn't win the question.
Lower.
Lower than an 8. This time she's right. 1 out of 3 with a 6. What are you going to do now?
Higher.
You're going to continue. Higher than a 6. It is an 8. Raising it right there. We've got a tie as each player needs 2 cards. And the question to you, Elaine. We asked 100 farmers in Iowa. Do you own a tuxedo? Remember, this is sudden death. How many farmers said yes?
I think the answer has got to be fairly low because farmers are not normally...
How many?
18.
18. Higher or lower, Carol?
I would say farmers wouldn't own tuxedos. I'll have to say it's lower.
Lower. The actual number of farmers in Iowa who own a tuxedo is 8. It's lower. Carol. Sudden death, Carol. You need 2 cards. Elaine needs 2. Do you want to play it or do you want to pass it?
I'll pass it to Elaine.
All right, Elaine, you've got an 8. And again, you've got to play the 8. You can't change it. Turn them over.
Higher this time.
Higher than an 8. One mistake and Carol wins. Higher? Yes, it is. It's a 10. 1 to go. Call it, Elaine.
There isn't a face card on the place. It's got to be higher.
Going against the odds, higher. And it is... No, it's not higher. Carol wins it. It's sudden death. Game 1 to the champion, $100. And we'll take time out for this. Please watch. They pay the bill. Overtime we have. Carole leads 1-0. Elaine needs 2 in a row. Can she do it? We'll find out next time on Card Shark. Bye-bye for now. One of our polling groups will receive Gibson's microwave oven with digital timer, defrost setting, solid-state variable power control, and temper sensor cooking probe. Gives you dependable, cool, clean, fast-paced cooking furnished by Gibson. And some of our contestants will receive a True Test 8-gallon shop vac from True Value Hardware stores, who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations nationwide. And Town & Country tableware by Washington Forge. Beautiful Fleetwood handles and mirror bright stainless steel dishwasher safe from Washington Forge. And enjoy reading outstanding paperback books from Fawcett, including Summer Story, A Beautiful Tale of Love and a Boy's Journey into Manhood, and a boutique gift set from Miss Breck, America's leading aerosol hairspray. When your hair's the way you want it, keep it that way with Miss Breck.